Welcome, guys. Welcome to another episode of the Booth Podcast, episode 30?
30.
Whoa, we're at 30. This is our 30th
Mhm.
episode. I'm your host, Dom, and with me is my co-host.
Ken, and we just want to give a special thank you to you guys because we reached in the past week, 1,900 followers on TikTok.
Yeah.
We just surpassed 100 subs within the span of a week.
No, within the span of 3 days.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. We're like, what's happening?
Yeah.
But other than that, to the new viewers out there, thank you for tuning in to another episode. Or if this is your first episode, we hope you guys enjoy. This podcast is about life, love, self-development, and the deep things you can't talk about with anyone else. Our socials are going to be down below, so make sure you guys check them out. And we hope you guys enjoyed the episode.
These are 3 reasons why your relationship is not working out.
And if you're here, yeah, I'm sorry for you, but we're here to help. That's what we're here for, to help you guys. So, let's start. Why do you think they fail?
I think they fail because, when people fight,
Yeah.
they don't know how to really get through that. Because I feel like for guys, right, if we fight with our homies, we always find a way.
Yeah. It's pretty easy to get back.
Easy.
It's like, oh, that's nothing. It's like nothing to us, right?
Yeah. And even girls, when they fight with each other, they find a way to be like, why are we fighting?
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
But
guys get over it pretty quick.
Guys get over it pretty quick. Girls learn to forgive easier with each other. Guys and girls, though.
Because you guys have different points of view.
Yeah.
Right? That's why you guys start fighting. Like, it's so easy. Guys will see, it's so easy to fix this. The girls might, how would I put this? It's harder to fix it.
Yeah.
Right? Because
it's low-key more complicated than
it's deeper than that. So a lot of guys, they think more surface level.
Yeah.
Right? A lot of girls think more deeper.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
For me, I always say this. I'm like, yo, it's not that deep.
Dude, I'm guilty of that too. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah. Because I don't know. Everything feels so simple to me.
Uh-huh.
If it's I don't know. If it's easy to fix, it's easy to fix. I don't know why. There's all these underlying issues.
Yeah.
That make it a bigger problem, but there just always seems to be.
Yeah.
I think that's our pride also.
What do you mean?
Our pride is just we're right. There's nothing more to it, and that's it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You know?
I know what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
So how do you think we should overcome these conflicts?
I think we should learn how to compromise and just agree to disagree.
What do you mean agree to disagree?
Because some days we're not gonna always see each other eye to eye. We're not gonna always feel like the other person knows what we're talking about.
True. Yeah.
So it's okay, we don't see things the same way, and that could just because we grew up differently.
Yeah.
We have all these different perspectives of love and of how to deal with conflict. So sometimes it's just okay to be like, you are right on your end, I am right on my end.
Yeah.
That's that. We don't need to force each other to see each other eye to eye.
That's fair.
Because if I love you and you love me, we can be able to just be like, okay, it's as simple as we can agree to disagree. What do you think?
No, I completely agree with the whole compromise part. Because at some point you can't always have one person have their way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not fair to the other individual who has to constantly give everything up just for the other person to be happy.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, agree to disagree, and then fix through it. You know what I mean? Find a level where you guys are both happy with the solution, and it works both ways, both in your favor, not through one's favor.
Yeah.
Right? Let's say oh, I want to go to the gym in the morning, but your girl wants to go to the gym at night.
Yeah.
Right? It's very, very simple example. So you guys compromise. Okay, what if one day we go in the morning, one day we go at night?
Yeah.
Right? Don't be no, we have to go in the morning. This is the only time I can, get my pump or whatever. Right? And she might have a different excuse or whatsoever. But learn how to grow through that. Because if you guys don't compromise, you guys are never gonna grow. You guys are just gonna hit a plateau and constantly have to go through constant arguments and conflicts, right? And the reason I say this is because if you're constantly giving yourself up, you're constantly sacrificing everything for that other person to be happy and not doing it for your having some sort of sacrifice from them for you. It becomes too one-sided, and you're just doing it because you want to avoid conflict.
You want to avoid conflict, and you also want to avoid resenting your partner. Because if you do pick that one side and you're just okay, you're right. Okay, you're right.
Yeah.
Okay, taken all the rights, and you don't like learn to be like, okay, just let me know how you feel and let's work things out like that, you will become resentful towards your partner, have all these bagged up issues that you're like, later on in the future, you just go, yeah, I have a problem with this. And then you go, remember that time when, every time someone goes, remember that time when, that your partner will look at you like, I thought we were through with this. And you weren't completely honest with your partner. And that's what will, create more issues. People say, cover your tracks.
Yeah.
Like take away all the crumbs.
Yeah.
Because then all of those issues from way back will come back after you. So it just comes back even worse. I totally agree. And I hate this, but like if you don't learn to compromise, and it just keeps going and going and going, y'all will end up in this thing called the toxic phase.
Ooh.
The toxic phase, where it's like then you just always bicker and fight about the littlest things. I've seen a lot of couples get into the toxic phase, and like it happens. There's no way around it.
Yeah. Oh, dude, the toxic phase is just horrible. Like
it's so bad.
I haven't been in a relationship, but like I've heard of like some of my friends in toxic relationships and like their past toxic relationships, and bro, it's so bad. And I was wondering to myself, how did you guys come to this?
Yeah.
And it's don't ever point the finger like, oh, it's this person's fault, because you might have some fault in yourself as well.
Yeah.
Right. So always learn to compromise. Don't ever like dismiss any problem. Right.
Yeah.
If she has a problem with something, like in regards to the relationship, don't be like, okay, yeah, I'll fix it, whatever, but right, just to make her happy. Like, don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Like, actually fix the problem, because you also want to be happy in this relationship.
Yeah. Right.
So come together, talk it out.
Yeah.
Like, I think one thing I can give for advice, even though I'm single, it's still fun. I'm off topic, but even though I'm single, I still find it funny when like my friends that are in relationships, they're like, oh, I need help. Like, because it's kind of fun. Like, I've never been in one. Like, okay, let me help you.
Yeah, well, it's probably just because like they want I feel like when I talk to you, it's not more so because you've been in a relationship or whatever have you. It's because you have this viewpoint of before I was in a relationship.
Yeah.
Like a lot of the times that we are in a relationship and we just keep on like evolving through, we lose a bit of ourselves. So talking to you is like talking to a fresh perspective before me that was in a relationship. Yeah. So I get to like understand where old me would have came from, if that makes sense. Yeah, no, I get it. Yeah. And like, I'm not the one that's in love. Yeah, you're not subjective. You're a little more objective to the relationship for sure.
But in my opinion, guys, compromise. I'm just saying this. I think it's easy to compromise.
It's honestly really not that easy.
Really?
Because pride from a man, like the ego of a man and the pride of a woman, always like this, right?
Fair.
They're right, I'm right, whatever have you. And a lot of the times it ends up in this,
like, what do you say, like competition?
Not competition, but it's like we always butt heads, and we never will see each other in the right way. Yeah. And it just leads to really bad fights. And it's not easy to compromise, because let's say you're trying to explain your point, but your partner won't hear it that way because they're so headstrong that they're right.
Oh, okay, that makes more sense.
Right, so it's not as easy. It's compromising is not only like talking it out; it's dropping your guard,
just dropping your ego and everything,
and that's one of the hardest things to do. Because like it's just not as easy as it sounds.
Fair.
Right, so taking the time. Sometimes compromise means to take a few steps back from your relationship, take a space, take a break, and then come to it with a more healthy and understanding mind.
That's smart.
Right? Yeah. Like there are days where if me and my girlfriend get into a fight, I need like a few days to like really be in the place to be like, okay, I'm ready to really talk about this maturely and understand you for what you have to say. I'm still learning how to like just drop my guard. You know?
No, that makes more sense, because you never want to like compromise in the heat of the moment. Yeah. Because sometimes some people say things they don't mean when they're angry, or and don't make promises when you're too happy either. Yeah. Right? You have to, I agree with that. Like, take some space off, right, from both of you. So then, like, you have a fresh mind. Just be like, hey, this is what I did wrong. This is what you did wrong. Right? Because that genuinely helps, because you guys don't ever want to, like, get into an argument where both of you aren't seeing eye to eye. and you guys have to like always make sure you're stable. Not stable, but like, what's the word? I don't know how to explain it.
You're more at ease and you're
Yes,
more like
yes.
at peace with everything, and you can just be like, I will look at this with an open mind.
Yeah. So if you guys aren't compromising, yo, do that. I'm just telling you, do that.
All right, Ken. What's the next step? I'm learning.
This is a pretty good topic in my opinion. But vulnerability. Vulnerability is key in a relationship because it really helps. You know, like just like dropping your guard, like we said in the previous like topic, just so you can like ease your mind, just like talk about it, right?
Yeah.
Because I feel like guys have this common misconception where like I need to be tough all the time, right?
100%.
I can't let my girl know like I'm weak. Like I have all these thoughts in my head. Like I can deal with it on my own.
You know why though?
What?
If I'm gonna be honest,
What?
the reason why guys aren't so I'm gonna drop my guard down, be vulnerable with my girl, is because we tend to feel like, oh, then she's gonna like not want to hear our problems and say, man up.
True.
You know, like that's that misconception. Like,
Yeah.
I remember like crying a lot when I was a kid,
Mm-hmm.
and my dad or my mom would just be like,
Stop crying.
"You're a boy.
Yeah.
Stop crying."
Mm-hmm.
And you just kind of go. And
Oh yeah. So would you say like it like stemmed from our most guys'
stems
childhood?
definitely from childhood, and like this idea that movies and media have shown us is that guys need to stop crying. We need to stop talking about our feelings, and we should fix our problems.
Yeah.
Which is like
Toxic. It's horrible, man.
toxic masculinity at its finest.
Yep.
It does help in a lot of situations,
Fair.
but it also destroys our mental, like our individual.
Yeah,
growth,
like
you know?
in the long road, if you don't like allow yourself to be open, you're just bottling up a lot of things and emotions, right? And you get angered at the most like smallest things, right?
Yeah.
And then let's say you're in a relationship, right? And your girl like does something that, let's say it's a small thing. Let's say she just like spilled some water, right? You'll easily get angered by that, and she wouldn't know why, because she doesn't know what's going on with your head. And this can be both ways. It can't, not just a guy, by the way. And if that happens, you see yourself getting always angry at that person for doing literally nothing.
Yep.
There's a problem with you. You gotta open up, guys. It helps a lot. Trust me.
Like it's a tough pill to swallow for sure. It's not the easiest advice. to
Yeah,
give
I get
people.
it.
But no, being able to open up is super important because you have to be transparent with your partner, right? How are they gonna learn to love you if you're not like learning? Like they can't learn fully who you are, you know. And that's like super important. Like I know I have my days where I can't do that. Like I've learned to be the tough guy that has to fix his problems all the time, and it's so bad because now I'm in a point where I'm like, dude, men need therapy. Men need therapy. We need therapy. Let's be real, guys. I won't do it. I won't take therapy, but I definitely need it. Like I've been looking into it. Expensive as hell.
Better help, yo. Sponsors.
Let me just say, therapy is expensive as hell. So I understand another reason why guys wouldn't do it. But men need therapy, man. Like it's not easy having all these bottled up emotions.
Yeah.
You know, they say you got to be the toughest guy at your parents' funeral.
Oh, that's my first time
Never
hearing
heard that?
No.
You need to be the toughest guy at your parents' funeral. And you know how much bottled up emotions there is when you go through your hardest times? Like the amount of times that, like for example, I was on my film set, right? And we filmed.
Oh,
Rogue,
yeah.
I
remember this.
I was dealing with a lot of personal issues and a lot of things that were on my shoulders. Everyone just kept judging me and kept saying all these things. And, you know, even though they think I can't hear it, it's all in the back of my head. And, you know, guys, we remember a lot.
We remember a lot when we're angry.
You know how girls kind of like remember everything and they'll like bring back a situation. All of a sudden,
like you said this, you said
this,
that.
right? We do that too, but we don't do it to prove a point. We don't do it to like get angry. We do it. We do it whenever we feel like we can't speak about it. So we kind of hold it all in, and then it becomes like it's so bad. But I don't know if I'm the only guy that does this. But I get to a point where I want to yell my head off. Like I get to a point where I just want to scream, and that's why a lot of our therapy is the gym.
That's true.
That is the only point where us guys can just let it all out.
Because one, you're mentally alone, and you're just expressing it through like your strength. So I get that. like gym therapy, it's nice. It's nice.
Like it's
Feels
like
great.
yeah, because that's our only point of like
Yeah.
how do you get through feeling weak? You get stronger, right?
Mhm.
And it's kind of sad that
Like-
like the gym is our therapy.
Like it helps physically and mentally
it
sometimes,
helps for
but
sure.
it can only help for so long.
Yeah, scientifically it helps, but like when you don't deal with the shit here,
Mm.
it doesn't matter what you're doing
Yeah.
on the outside. This is what needs healing
Yeah.
to get through every time
Yeah.
every day, because you're a learning and growing human being,
Mm.
and if you don't learn how to like grow your mind and fix the shit in your heart, like you're not gonna be able to move freely in your days
Yeah.
and be more you. Like you can't be happy.
No,
like
no,
that,
yeah, I
for
get that. And
sure.
especially when you're clouded up with all these negative emotions and thoughts, right? You're going about your day, right? But it just sucks. It's like you're purposely making it suck,
Yeah.
right? Without even
Yeah.
trying. Like I've gone
Yeah.
through that before, right? Like
Yeah.
I'd be in a constant war in my head, right? I wouldn't open up to anyone, right? But then once I did, it was like, why? It's like like a physical weight. You know, people say like, oh, it's like a weight off my chest or my shoulders or whatever.
Yeah.
That's actually how it feels.
Yeah.
And it feels great when you open up, even like especially when you open up to a person you're intimate with, like it helps so much because your feelings feel more validated when you open up. Like that's the most essential part about vulnerability, because when your feelings are validated and just heard about, it just feels nice. And even when you open up to the other person, like they don't, even if they can't offer you any help, they still want to know what's going on in your head,
Yeah.
because they don't want to be like going on about their life without knowing what's going on with you, right? Because then it feels like they're being left behind sometimes, right? So you got to open up and let them know what's going on, because how can they be in love with you when they don't know everything about you?
Yeah, for sure. Like just the best way to even this doesn't have to be just for like you know, how to have a successful relationship. It can even just be like how to have better mental health,
Oh,
how
100%.
to treat your partner's mental health, because they go, what is the best medicine for mental health? And it's just an open ear. Just
Yeah.
listening to your partner, just listening to your friend, you know, because like everybody's dealing with so much shit in the world, you know. And like, for example, me, like I feel like I haven't been able to like speak to anybody, right? And that's why I'm like, shit, do I need to go to therapy? Like, but it's like just being able to even tell your friends, tell your family, yo, like this is what's going on with me. And even if you feel scared to, right, to open up to your loved ones, like you have to, because if you don't, and if they don't accept it, first of all, they don't love you, right? You have to be able to open up to people that love you, because they will listen. If they love you, they will listen.
Yeah.
That's my big thing, is if they love you, they will listen. If they don't,
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you guys. I don't know.
Maybe you actually need to spend that $200 for a therapist, you know? But yeah, not even that. Let's say this is just for people who, like, let's say they don't have any like loved ones or anyone to talk to. Like one thing that helped me to open up was I actually wrote. Like I actually write in like my notes like how I'm feeling and whatsoever. And it really helped, because like I'd read it and be like, oh, this is what's really going on with me, right? Because it's another expression of like, you know, your anger and whatnot, right? Because the more you read it, the more you understand yourself and where it kind of like where your problems stem from. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because there's always the root to the problem. Sometimes that's how you kind of like overcome your problems in your head.
Yeah.
Understanding the root, like, oh, the reason why I was so bothered by like my the glass dropping is because earlier today, like something happened. I don't know. That's a pretty poor example, but I hope you guys get my gist.
Like you've gotten to the point, like your boiling point.
Yeah.
And that's why it overflowed, you know. Opening up to your partner is super important, because you want to be able to be completely yourself. You want to be able to feel like you're heard in the relationship, because this is not a one-way street.
Yeah.
This is us two going together through this journey of life, right? And it's important to feel heard, to feel validated, like you said. And yeah, like there's no other way to say it than you need to be able to be yourself in order to be in a healthy relationship, or else you're not who you are.
Yeah, and like if you don't open up to your partner, you guys can't grow. Like one person might grow more than you, but you like reach your plateau. You know what I mean?
You'd stop. Once you start lying to yourself, because how you express yourself to your partner is how you speak to yourself. So if you just spread lies about what you're going through, then you're never gonna really grow. The only way to growing is to tell them the truth, the hard truth, about what you are going through, to be able to confront, you know, those those truths.
Yeah, and like for the people out there who think like no one wants to listen to my problems or whatsoever, they do. Especially like the ones, like what you said, like the people that love you will listen, and that's 100% true, right? And you kind of know who loves you just based on like what they ask you or how they are with you, right? They're not asking you questions for something in their favor. They're asking to like know more about you because they care for you, right? And your partner cares for you deeply. Trust me. Like you guys are in a committed relationship. You should be able to open up, right? And if you don't feel like you can't be able to open up, there's something wrong right there.
You gotta reevaluate. You gotta have that tough conversation of like, why can I not be myself around you? Why can I not speak about what I'm dealing with? And if your partner consistently asks you, but you still feel like you can't, you gotta reevaluate why you're not being able to open up, and be completely honest with yourself. Not pointing fingers. Because they don't control your mouth.
They don't. They really
don't control your mouth. You're the one that's shutting yourself out from being yourself to them. Do
you think reassurance is a big thing in relationships?
I think it is a huge thing because we need to know you fucking love me, bro. We need to know if you're still attracted to us. Yeah. Physically, mentally, emotionally.
Everything, bro. Because like, trust me, when you have that reassurance, it's like, oh, yeah, I feel nice. Like I feel, like I feel like the reason why people need these reassurances or just reassurance because they're constantly like going through like these negative thoughts and like doubts or whatever that they're not trying to form, right? They know it's not true, but they still want confirmation that like, do you feel this way about me?
Yep. Especially in a world that's so cyber now.
That's true.
Right?
That's true.
Because like we're surrounded by all these different standards and all these different like beautiful looking people, and it's like, damn, okay, I don't look like Ryan Reynolds. Does my girl still like me?
Yeah.
I don't look like freaking I don't know, any of the BTS boys.
I'm not Tom Holland. I can't get Zendaya. Hey, yo, Tom Holland, if you see this, I respect you, bro.
You're winning.
You're winning for the short kings. I'm telling you right now. I'm 5'7".
Short kings. 5'7" kings.
Exactly, bro. No, right. That's a good example, bro. Zendaya reassured Tom Holland. It's like, make sure you add that 0.5 or whatever, something like that.
Yes. He was like, I'm 5'7.5", and he's like, don't let them take that half away from you.
Like, bro, when someone reassures
you
like
5'11".
But yeah, bro, having someone reassure you is the greatest feeling ever. But it's also better when they give it to you without asking. You know what I mean? It's like, hey, I did this because I still love you. Yeah. You're like, oh shit. Yeah, thank you. You know,
when you get those random texts, those random paragraphs of text, like, yo,
just
a reminder, I love you for this reason.
Fellas, that's the key. If you want to make your relationship work, send them a message every once in a while saying you appreciate them for whatever reason and you're grateful for them because these small things go a long way in your relationship.
Yes. You know what it is too? It's like, what is the one thing you need to learn to be happy?
What?
Gratitude.
True.
So what is the one thing to have a healthy relationship? Reassurance, because you're saying how grateful you are for them. Yo, it's facts for sure, man.
I have the feeling of reassurance is just so abundant. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Because, what I said earlier is like people have these thoughts. They're not trying to make it. And I know guys sometimes, they kind of like get annoyed when girls say like, do you still love me?
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Like, only reason they're asking is because they feel down sometimes, right? And like,
it happens.
It happens and everything. Like, they feel down. They don't feel like, they just want to know that you're still the same person they fell in love with. And that the love is still there. Like, you guys are still connected.
Yeah.
Right? Guys, just tell her the truth. Like, deadass.
Yeah. The one reason why we still need reassurance is because we tend to be scared of them waking up one day and they just fall out of love.
Oh, yeah. That's scary, bro.
I'm victim of it because, like, it's true, though, because there are days that, like, bro, I wake up and I'm not craving this food. I'm not comparing, people to food, but it's like how our mind works with what we like and what we don't like. It works like that. It's like one day you don't like this and one day you do like this again. And so sometimes it's like, you're scared that it might happen to you as a person.
Yeah.
Like, oh, maybe for some reason they fall out of love with me. Like I really triggered them that day, and now all of a sudden the next day they don't love me anymore.
Yeah.
Like, oh shoot, do you still love me?
Mhm.
Like, it happens. It really happens. And you are allowed to have your bad days,
Yeah.
boys and girls. You're allowed to have your bad days to ask them that. You're allowed to. Because if you feel like you can't, you feel like you have to be okay, that's not good. That's really not good.
Yeah.
You know, you need to be able to ask, because like everyone gets insecure nowadays.
Oh yeah, 100%.
You know, I still compare myself to even who I was at the start of my relationship.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that always happens too in long-term relationships, is like they compare themselves to who they were when they first started.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because
Yeah.
maybe I'm not as like flirtatious, or maybe I'm not as good looking as I was back then, you know. And yeah, that happens. I think you should be able to reassure your partner as well.
Yeah, like reassurance goes a long way. And like you mentioned comparison. I think that honestly hurts a person like a lot, right? And I can talk about this for like different perspectives, but like when a girl or a guy compares himself to like another dude, they feel like another dude that you think is like handsome or whatever.
Yeah,
they're gonna feel like, oh, I'm like nothing to them.
Yep.
Right. Like it hurts us, you know. When you talk about like this one too, when a girl talks about her ex and just mentions like these things or whatsoever about him that you possibly may not do.
Yeah.
You want the reassurance, like, do I need to do that, or like whatsoever? Like, how do I explain this? Like, I'm getting off track with it.
I don't like it when like it's not even, it doesn't necessarily have to be an ex, but if you know, like, they start talking about a guy, just any guy.
Yeah.
Us guys are nosy, and you know, maybe we'll like, this is a confidence issue, right? And I totally get that, but like, we'll look at their profile, we'll look at who they are, and let's say, I don't know, I'm just gonna make up a random example. He's like a football player, and he lifts weights, and he's like, you know, super fit, and you're like, oh damn, like,
He's like the quote unquote ideal guy.
yeah,
Let's say that.
Yeah, like, and you find yourself comparing yourself to them, like, wow, and you forget your own accomplishments.
Yeah.
You forget why they love you. You know what I mean? And yeah, you need to reassure them on why I'm with you and not with them. I picked you for a reason.
Yeah.
This is my reason. And it's not as simple as we're together. Like, can you not ask?
Yeah.
It needs to be deeper than that.
Yeah, like you gotta say things like, I love you because you make me feel this way, right? You make my feelings feel validated.
Yeah.
Right? Like, hey, fellas, you guys can use that. I'm just saying. But yeah, like, the key thing is to always let your partner know your feelings are validated, 100%. Because reassurance, I know I've said it so many times, but it's just the greatest thing ever, in my opinion. And this can even go in like friendships too, if you want, right? Because if you know someone's there, and they validate your feelings and reassure you, like, I'm here for you, I love you, like, because of this and that, you have a strong relationship.
For sure.
100%.
Reassurance does go a long way for any, whether it's relationships, friendships, and even with just yourself. You know, telling yourself that you are good enough. I think if you can't get reassurance from a partner, you should be able to reassure yourself of how great you are. Because don't put your self-worth down, because it doesn't help anything.
Yeah.
Right? If you put yourself down in a way, like, you can't come back up from it. You know, you have to believe in yourself. You have to believe that you are capable of all these things, and go out and do it. If you kind of just say, oh, I'm like shit, like, what is it? Deprecating? Yeah. Don't self-deprecate yourself. I'm pretty sure that's the word.
Like don't put yourself down, basically.
Don't put yourself down.
Yeah.
And not like find a way to like help yourself. I know that sounds super hard, because you kind of want other people to tell you who you are.
Yeah.
But only you know who you are.
No, yeah, 100%.
Like, right? And if, for example, like when it comes to me, if I'm feeling down and then they bring up all these things that I've done and who I am, you know, you kind of just want to hear truths in your head be like fact checked.
Oh, okay, yeah, confirmation.
You want confirmation that you are valid.
Yeah, 100%. No, I agree with the whole part where, like, if you can't get reassurance from a partner, you should reassure yourself 100%. Because, and like, don't put yourself down, because, dude, I've gone through that stage in my life where I constantly put myself down just because I didn't do certain things, right? But like, I learned, like, I can do this. I'm a strong dude, right? I can I know how to love, I know how to give, I know how to do all these things, right? Like I gotta constantly reassure myself to know like I am loved, I am validated, I am me.
Yeah.
And it goes a long way because it inevitably became who I am now.
Yeah.
Right. So like I guess you can kind of say it's was it positive affirmations?
Yeah.
Yeah, like that positive affirmations for, you know, your partner or like yourself always helps because it makes you believe in it more.
Yeah.
And you eventually become this person that you're setting out to be.
Yeah, for sure.
And you know, we're the booth, you know, we reassure ourselves, we're steadily getting up there.
Steadily.
Yeah.
Easily but surely.
Mm-hmm.
One example I could bring up is like, this is like referring back to the being single is hard video. You guys should check that one out. That one was really good when we had Pat guesting on there. But there was a time where I was in my fair share of talking stages, and it was hard for me to like think, oh, am I not capable of loving somebody? Am I not a good partner? And I had to like reevaluate who I was, and I'm like, that's not true. You know, I reassured myself of I am capable of loving another person to its full potential. And so you got to be able to understand like I'm a great partner when like when I need to be, when I have to be, and I can do that, and I should do that.
Yeah.
So when you put yourself in that perspective of like you're comparing yourself to another guy or an ex or whoever have you have to remember like I am pretty good at loving people.
Yeah.
Right. If that is who you are. Right?
Yeah. Fair.
You have to look at within yourself like I am capable of loving a person to their maximum potential.
Yeah.
And if they can't accept that, they're just not grateful enough for it. To cap off why your relationships aren't working, you need these 3 things. You need
compromise, vulnerability,
and reassurance. Ooh, I got the 3rd one for you.
I had 2, but okay.
But yes, rewatch it if you have to, because there are some really great points that we make. And we also just wanted to thank you guys for all the TikToks, like the TikTok
follows and everything,
yes,
the comments. Your support goes a long way into our dreams. Trust me. You got, although right now we're still small, but eventually like we'll have bigger projects in line.
Yeah.
And we hope you guys stay tuned for that. One more thing, if you guys want a specific guest or any guest in general, make sure you comment them, tag them, whatever. Tell them to send us a DM, or you send us a DM of who they are, right? Because we love having guests on the podcast, and we want to do more this year. So if you think you're a best fit, or you think someone else is the best fit, tag them right now.
Yeah, because we have a few guests that we want on the podcast, and we are reaching out. We've heard you guys have more guests, so we're doing that. I did also see a comment about the boom arms and us holding the mic, so here we are. All right, we did that, but yes.
They're old, but it works. It works. So make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and check out all the...
check out the socials down below, because our TikTok is doing pretty well, if we do say so ourselves. And Instagram, please follow us there. You know, the TikTok Instagram ratios is weird right now.
We'll get there. We'll get
there for sure.
So make sure you guys tune in and join us for the journey. And as always, that's been your host, Ken.
And Dom. Peace out.
That was wonky as fuck.